USA-1, take 4, and action.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to CCxRC. I'm Tony, and this is the JConcepts USA-1. It's their body that they've got for it. It's running on a Clodbuster-based chassis and axle set that's been reimagined by JConcepts as well, and we're going to look at all of that. They've got the Regulator Chassis underneath, which I have one of them right here. You can see it's kind of blending in with my shirt. Everything's in black. But it's a very, very nice chassis for the Clodbuster. But they've gone a step further than making their own chassis. They've made their own regulator axles that you can have printed at Shapeways that sit underneath this truck. And they make it a whole lot easier and faster. They've got like a quick access ladder system on here because those other ladders have this triangle piece and these little... It takes forever if you break one of your axle tubes and you have to replace it because getting off the ladder bars is a pain in the butt. They've made it easier. They've got a quick release on it, basically. It's way less work to get into it. It's not even a quick release, but it's quicker to get in there. We'll show you all of that here in the video. The body comes clear and you get the sticker pack for USA-1. I've got it already taken off here so I can show you guys quickly. We'll get some close-ups of it for you to look at as well. But again, the shading and all that are done to look like the real truck. And Everett was really wanting it to show all the detail that Dan Patterson had put into the airbrushing job on the real truck. And so that's what you're seeing with this. So JConcepts painted this up. This is on loan. This is their actual show truck from JConcepts. They mailed it to me so I could show you guys here on the channel. They had it already painted. They painted it white with the black tonneau cover-ish type thing with the Chevy logo, which is a sticker. But it's kind of got this air release sticker that gets rid of bubbles, and it really, really works. These look like they're painted on here when you're just looking at it. It looks that good of a decal package. It's running their Goldyear tires with their Tribute wheels on here. And something new, which is a 27-turn silent speed JConcepts motor, which is not on their website yet. I totally overlooked it last week when I was taking pictures of the truck. I saw it this morning as I was going over the truck and getting ready for this video, and I went to the website to see, because I hadn't seen it before. And it is a new motor that's going to be coming from JConcepts, and they had it on this truck when they sent it to me, so I'm curious to look at that. It does have the regulator motor mounts that are adjustable. Whole lot of stuff that we'll take a look at in closer detail. So let's get it to the other side of the camera and let's get some close-ups of this thing. Alrighty, so here it is, you guys. I'm going to take the body off and just show you some of the details here up close. But you can see the grille that they've used up front. The Chevy logo. You can see the shading that they've done on the flag. Look at that. So nice. And again, it looks like paint because there's no bubbles in this at all. It's super stuck down. Just really, really, really well done. This is the light bar and roll cage that you can get from their JConcepts Shapeways store. Now these are breakable, so just be aware of that. It is plastic. If you roll over, it is possible that these will break off, and so these are glued on, or they actually screwed these ones on, drilled them through, screwed them in from the bottom, and screwed in as well to the bottom here. So you can see how this is all painted. You do get the window masks as well, and again, like I said, there are some other options as well for the front end of this. But it looks really good. You got the little cross here on the back. That was on the USA-1, the One Nation Under God. Let's keep it that way. And then on the back here, it has all of the, it's really hard to see. It's got all the thank yous on the back here even as well. All right, so here is the goods underneath that beautiful body. You can see the suspension travel is very good for a Clodbuster. We'll talk about that in a minute. This does get a little bit more steering and suspension with these custom ladder bars that they've got here. Quickly, we'll look over the electronics. They're running a quick run brushed crawler motor in theirs. It looks like they've made their own little tap here to run it as a dual motor. This is a single motor ESC, and they're running dual motor off it. They're running a ProTech LiPo high voltage in here, and then a Sanwa receiver. I'll have to stick in a Spectrum one for a little bit to run mine on. Not a problem. Something really cool that I'm seeing in here and that we saw is these silent speed motors. These are JConcepts motors in here. 27 turn JConcepts brushed motors for running clodbusters. So very cool to see that coming from them. You can see here the 27T. So it's a closed end bell with fixed timing 27 turn motor. These will be coming from JConcepts very soon. He's running a Reedy servo, and down here you can see their behind the axle steering setup, which is very cool. I have this on my regulator as well. You flip your knuckles around if you're running stock axles and switch sides. You flip them backwards and then switch sides, and you can run this if you're running stock axles. But you can see in here as well, these are the regulator printed axles and the transmission case, as well as the links, the lower bar links and the ladder ones on the side. It's a little bit tricky to see with everything going on, but these actually, right underneath this, they step out. You can see it a little bit better there. And that step out, or that step in, either way, gives it more steering right here. It tucks right in where that wheel is, and it brings these in a little bit closer, is what I'm kind of gathering from it under my first look. I do want to open these up and take a look inside. I do want to wait though until after I've run it, because I just want to make sure it's all back together right, or that it's running how they had it before I go and do that. I didn't realize it, but these are regulator as well. So they've got motor braces that you can get and you need to get with these axles. They're tubes for your motors that you basically your screw goes into in here. And then these are their adjustable motor mounts that you can buy from them as well. And so that's on their website to buy. And they work with their casings here, which look really good. If we take off one of these wheels, we can get a better look at it. I love these covers on these wheels because they're open to get your wrench in there without having to remove them. So there we go. Put this underneath here. You can now see a little bit better into here. Everything is custom, what they've done here. From the carrier hub, the axle tube, and the axle tubes have had extra holes put in as well, so you can actually adjust the caster of the axles. You can see this is that quick release. You don't have that weird triangle thing with that little insert that you got to get off, and it takes forever again if you have to replace one of these. They did still go from the inside out with their screws here to get to these, so you still have to remove and take apart this whole axle casing. But that's something I've been using the Crawford, the CPE ones where you drill in. But this definitely bolts it on. It's going to be more durable to do it this way, but it does mean a little bit more tear down if you do need to replace these. But you can get into here quicker and easier. The way that they've done this, it's right from the front here. Pop those two screws, this comes apart, and your axle tubes can come right out. Genius. It also is where the shock mount is on it, is right on the top of that tube there. So these look like Team Associated shocks to me, aluminum shocks. I'm guessing that because I know that JConcepts sells these aluminum parts for the Team Associated shocks. So that's just a guess. I don't actually know that, but I'm trying to put two and two together here and guess what that is. Again, you can see inside here a little bit better now to the regulator motor mount right there, as well as you can see that step in on this ladder frame there. So it's still using that metal backing here that's used on the ladders from the stock. but it's a definite change up front here, and it's a very welcomed change up front as well. So still lots of screws that come on the outside of this casing that they've done, but it's a very well designed, updated take on a clodbuster axle, and it's really cool to see that they've taken the time to do this, and it's very impressive. All right, while I have this off, why not take it one step further and just see how much easier it is to get in here. I am going to drop off this one shock. No, I'm not even. Let's just go ahead and leave the shock on, see what happens. Maybe not a good idea. The threading on this feels really good, actually. Nice long screw there. Now having the shock still on here may send stuff flying, so I'm going to just hold on to it. And not using my electric tools here on their truck. We'll use our nice Vanquish wrenches and take everything off, but just kind of show you how quickly and easily you could separate that axle. That's pretty awesome. Way easier. Now you would have to take apart the steering and all that. That's still kind of holding things together as far as this ladder goes. But you remove that and you can take this right out. So much easier. Go ahead and put this back on. But the threading on this feels really good. It has a nice bite to it even there at the end. And the plastics look really good. So they told me that I can take it out there and drive it, so that's what we're going to do with it. We're going to give it a run on our retro setup that we have. Hit a couple of our log stack 2x4 setups that we have as a kind of a log stack, get a little slap wheelie. Yeah, they've absolutely knocked this out of the park. This is an expensive build. There's no two ways around that, but it's a race truck, and it's been built as a race truck, and it's going to hopefully give it a little bit more durability, a little bit more speed. I was told by Fred Reap that an 18-tooth pinion is probably the max you'd go in these axles still, so that's something to note. But everything in this, I mean, man, does it feel smooth. I mean, the suspension and everything feels really good on it. For a retro, I really can't believe it, how good it is, especially running 8 shocks around. They've got it dialed in. It's super, super smooth. And I cannot wait to drive it, guys. So that'll be a different video. I will do a run video of this separately. This is just kind of detailing out what we've seen here. So there you have it, guys, the JConcepts USA-1, the 1970 Chevy version of this truck. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful job. Round of applause for the JConcepts team. This thing is next level. And thank you for sending it to me to give a little bit of a look over the truck. And then we're going to get a run video for you guys, like I said, and kind of give you our impressions of it. After seeing these axles, I think I might go ahead and order myself a set, get them all printed up, and that. I know Matthew Hall's getting some printed. They definitely seem to take it to another level, and very, very cool. Again, that JConcepts is supporting our monster truck scene like this for the RC monster trucks, and then even taking it to the retro level is super cool. So I know they're big monster truck guys over there, and very appreciative of what they're bringing to the market for us. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. As always, have fun RCing. Catch you next time.